Hi, welcome back to my journal journey. Today I'm setting up the last 3 weeks of September. I usually have a go-to weekly setup, but I'm trying something different with my habits. So I'm trying to track them, and I decided to create a Dutch door to track these habits over the 3 weeks just on the one tracker. As you can see, I'm cutting a section of the page at the top to create these Dutch doors. I'm just using my craft knife and a plastic document holder to act as my cutting mat. It's a lot thinner than my cutting mats. For the excess parts of the page at the top, I glue them down sometimes cut them out, but because there's only 2 pages, I glued one to the left and one to the right just to keep the bulk at the top. I've rounded off the tops of the Dutch doors, and then I'm just coming in with a really thin washi tape just to tidy up that edge, and it hides where I stuck the page down at the top. And everything that you see on the first weekly is just copied over to the other 3 weeks. I've added a calendar tab to each week, which I created on Procreate, and I highlight the current week on each tab. For the highlighted colours, I'm just using Crayola Colours of the World. All of the resources that are used are the same as my September setup. For this style of weekly, I've measured out 2/3 of the page for each day, and at the bottom I'm just going to have a highlight section, and then down the sides I can have notes, to-dos, whatever I want. Just to bring the theme in, and because I only have to draw it once, I've just popped a sign at the top. As you can see, I penciled it in first, and then just going over the top with a Fineliner, and then I'll colour it in using the Crayola Colours of the World pens. I absolutely love the colours that come with that pen pack. I've penciled in September for the sign. However, when I go over with my Fineliner, I know that I have to move it all left slightly because it was too squished at the end. This is why I pencil it in first. Just going in and colouring it in. I enjoy a Dutch door because it means that I only have to do the decorative element once, and it's seen over multiple weeks. When I'm setting up weeklies, unless it's washi tape or stickers, I don't really put much decoration on the page. I started this tracker up on the top for my new morning and evening routines. I'm trying to get in my journal every day, and sometimes after a long day at work I just don't want to, so I'm really trying to be consistent with this. So far it's going well. Hopefully I'll carry on. I've also added a space for weekly tasks like washing and shopping, vacuuming, just to hold myself accountable. These are the things that tend to go on my to-do list week in, week out. So instead of rewriting it, I've just popped it at the top. At the end of the video, you'll notice that it changes slightly. This is because I wasn't happy with what I'd created, so I did end up sticking paper over the top and slightly redoing it. Same sort of concept, and to fill it in I'm just using a dot marker that I found at Homesense. I started the numbers from 30 going backwards, only so that I had enough space to get all of the numbers in. I didn't want to count out all the boxes when I was filling it in. It's a super simple setup, but there's space for me to reflect in the morning, reflect in the evening, include any events or notes for each day, and have an overall to-do list. As I say, this is the same for all 3 weeks, so I've only videoed the 1 week, but the bulk of the setup is the same. So far I've been using it for a week and it has gone really well. Not sure if I'll carry it on into October, only time will tell with that one. Now that the Fineliner has dried, just colouring in the sign. Do you have a go-to weekly setup, or do you like to change it up every week? I used to change it up, but now I'm kind of stuck in my way. And part of this is trying to get out of a bit of a rut. So there it is, super simple. I think it took me about 15 minutes to set up this week. That's including the cutting. You can see where I've glued in 1 sheet at the top. Thanks for watching.